Welcome to Pathophysiology, Biology 271. My name is Allison Allred, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. I wanted to make a short video to show you where some things are located in the course and to just give you an idea of what to expect and where things are located. So on the right panel, or it's on the right panel on my screen, it may be down at the bottom on your screen. Sometimes student versions are a little bit different in your view than they are in mine. But under the faculty block, you will see a picture of me. I have blonde curly hair. You'll also see that my office is in Causey 152, and this semester I will be available in my office on Tuesday and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 o'clock. And this is between the two labs that I will be teaching on campus this semester. You're always welcome to send me an email at allreda@sandhills.edu, but you can also drop by my office if you're on campus for another course if you'd like to meet face-to-face. Talking with me virtually through email, I'm available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but I'm usually checking my email at all hours, so I will respond to you as soon as I can. As we scroll through the course, the first thing that you'll see is the Summer 2021 Orientation Quiz. This is a quiz that you will be taking for any course that you are enrolled in, and the reason why is because this gives us the attendance, especially for online, because we won't see you walk through the door like a traditional course. So please take this quiz as soon as possible. It's due on May 28th at 11 p.m. And I will not have the first unit available until you complete this quiz. So once you complete this quiz, then the first unit will be unlocked. And since this class is only 4 weeks, I suggest you take this quiz the first day so that you can get rolling on all the content that you have available. The next thing you'll see is the announcements forum. This is one that I want you to check often because I will post announcements in here as well as sending you emails, so check your email often as well. But announcements are great because then anything that I send you stays present, so you can always go back and check it. You don't have to go back through your emails, which is always nice. The next thing you'll see is the schedule of assignments, and this is a 4-week course, which is extremely short compared to the other courses that I've taught. This also means that it's very fast-paced, and I stress very. It's a 200-level biology course, and so this is not meant to be intimidating, but I want you to know that it is a fast-paced course, which means that you have approximately 2 folders or 2 units worth of content every week. Every unit has lecture videos, the PowerPoint that goes along with them, and then you have a series of questions and quizzes that you have to complete, and every quiz you have to earn an 80 or higher to move on to the next quiz, and these are cumulative. So what you see on the first quiz, you'll see part of that on the second quiz. On the third quiz, you'll see part of the first and second questions on that third one, and so on. Every quiz is 10 questions, and you have unlimited attempts to take that quiz, with the highest grade being recorded. So take the quiz, see how you learn, review some more, and then go back to it. So let's look at the schedule of assignments. I'm going to pull that up real quick. And what you'll see on the schedule of assignments is the start date, the topic, the reference chapter, and then the assignments that are due. However, I do want you to review this schedule of assignments and the course syllabus. However, I have also labeled every folder in this course with when that unit starts and when it is due, which is in parentheses. So for example, the first unit starts May 25th, our first day, and it is due 5 days from then. So this gives you an idea of when things are due visually without having to go back to the syllabus or go back to the schedule of assignments constantly. I also have a calendar, and on the calendar you will always be able to see what is available because there's little reminders that are in orange, and that lets you know on the panel yes, there's something due today, or there's something that's coming up that's due the next day. And I find that useful as an instructor. I think you'll find it useful too. We also have a link to technology downloads, and this is for anyone that needs an updated version of Chrome or an updated version of Word or Excel. These are just the technology recommendations and shortcuts to finding that most updated version so that you can access everything in the course. So let's look at the first unit. And we're only going to look at the first unit because every unit I have organized in this way so that it's user-friendly and you start to get into a rhythm of when things are due and what to expect in every unit. So the first thing you'll see in this unit is reference chapters. So in this case, it's chapters 1, 2, and 4. This doesn't mean that I'm expecting you to read all 3 of these chapters, but this is where you'd find the information if you need to reference it or you need to look something up. These are the chapters we're going to pull from. You also have chapter summaries and study questions at the end of every chapter. These are great because they review the information that's in that chapter. Sometimes I use those questions on quizzes, and they're just a great review tool. The other thing I like about this book is that it has disease and drug indexes at the end of the book, and a glossary of key terms at the end of the book. And this is a really great way to quickly look up a term or a condition, like a disease, or if you want to look up a particular drug. So if you want to see what amoxicillin is involved in and what we use it for, that would be a perfect place to find it instead of going through all the chapters. So it's just a shortcut. So I wanted to remind you of that. And I have reference chapters and the chapter summaries and the index and glossary information. I mention that in every unit just to remind you. So let's look at the first area, which is the introduction. So in every unit, you'll have a PowerPoint, and these notes follow along with the lecture videos. So you'll use this PowerPoint as you watch the lecture video for the introduction, and you will take notes, fill in the PowerPoint, or you can write it by hand. These are for you to keep. I'm never going to ask you to turn these in. This is just a great way for you to follow along in the video so that you're not missing anything. You also have optional worksheets and activities that are throughout the unit. And again, this is a fast-paced course, so I'm not expecting you to be able to do everything. You're welcome to, but these are just optional reviews that you can pick and choose as you go through the course, see what works for you, and review it. So you'll see the first quiz is available, intro quiz number 1, and it's due May 30th at 11 p.m. So every quiz is worth 50 points. Every quiz is due at 11 p.m. on its due date, and there's 20 minutes per quiz for you to take 10 questions. Now again, you need to earn an 80% or higher for quiz number 2 to be unlocked, and then an 80% or better on number 2 to go to number 3, and so on. You can take these quizzes as often as you like until you get the score that you want. The highest grade is recorded, but once they're closed, so keep an eye on the closing date. Every unit, or every topic I should say, has an optional review quiz, and this quiz is worth 5 extra credit points, which is not as much as the quizzes that you're taking to check your knowledge or the midterm or the final exam, but they're a great way to improve your grade if you're concerned about it, and also to have some extra review material. So definitely take advantage of those, because I'm not going to offer any individualized extra credit. I don't think that's fair. So you have 5-point extra credit quizzes you can take for every topic. So there's one for the introduction. The next topic in this unit is fluid, electrolyte, and acid imbalances. There's a 5-point quiz for extra credit down at the bottom as well. So as you go through, every unit will be organized in this way. If we move down to a later area that I would like to show you, one thing that you will see as you go through is you'll see that the quizzes are numbered 1, 2, 3, and so on. This is to help you keep track of what quiz you've taken, which one you're working on. We cover the urinary system as well, the reproductive system, and so on. However, let's scroll up to the midterm because I want to talk to you about the midterm for just a minute. And we're going to locate the midterm. I think it's in the next topic. It's usually around the middle of the course. And I had it open. Here it is. Okay. The midterm is located under May 31st. That's when that topic opens, and it closes June 6th. It's the cardiovascular system and the respiratory system. And this midterm is worth 75 points. Your other quizzes you take are worth 50, so this is worth a little bit more. However, there's no time limit on this quiz, on this test, and the reason why is because you have 8 questions that are short answer. There's a 15-line limit, and this is where you will answer a couple of discussion questions with a condition that I've presented you with, kind of like a mini case study. So take your time on this. There's no time limit on it, but once you open it, you've got to complete it. This is the midterm that is due June 6th. If we move down to the very bottom, you'll see that we have the final exam. And the final exam is going to be listed here. The final exam is 25 questions. All of these questions come from past quizzes, so you'll have seen these questions before. But for 25 multiple choice questions, you have 50 minutes, which I think is ample time. You have 2 attempts with the highest grade being recorded, and this is also worth 75 points. So you can see overall that the course is very short, but there's a lot of information. So take your time with this content, use the book as often as needed, and ask me questions if you have questions or if you have any concerns throughout this semester. I'm looking forward to teaching this course with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I learn so much in this course every time I teach it. I usually teach Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. Some of you may have had me in that course. But to learn more about me, you can click on the link below your course syllabus that says click to learn more about me. And this is where you'll get to see pictures of my children, what I'm interested in, my hobbies, what my background is in, what my education degrees are in, and you get to learn a little bit more about me. So I hope that you enjoy this course. If you have questions, please let me know. And to get started, you'll take the orientation quiz at the top and get started on Unit 1.